You got a bayonet on the front.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective that bayonet is with that big ass muzzle brake up front. Carry handle's like way up front, which would throw it off balance when you're trying to carry it because it looks like most of the weight's in the back.
There you go. There you go.
But I do like the sights.
Get 'em.
Actual sights on it.
A ball-shaped controller on the hand for the hand to rest on.
Like, yeah, like a joystick.
Oozing gratifying Roystons Thorn seems more like a concept than a gun name.
I mean, this game's always had, or all the iterations, hilarious names for their guns, so.
Yeah, look at this thing, man.
Yeah, like a powered energy revolver type thing going on here.
Yeah.
You know, I like the little brace in the back, little butt stock, and, well, it seems pretty short. It's kind of almost like a shotgun blast, like a spread we got going on here.
Yeah, it does. Looks single action, too.
Is he cocking the hammer back every time?
Yeah, every time.
Nice. So that's, it's going to be much more accurate, which, for that spread, I don't know if that matters. I really like the design. It's kind of like retro rifle. They make these Hawaiian shirts, and so most of them are pretty cool. I'm really liking the back. It's crazy how like 2A gun culture and then airsoft and then video games, they kind of in competition, they all kind of trade motifs and the culture kind of merges. I like that. Yeah, this is cool looking. Butt stock looks a little short. It looks like it's just going to come right into your elbow, not so much
forearm or something. Yeah. The Duke or the Duck?
Or the Duck.
I thought it was, wait, is it Duck or Duke? Oh, no.
I ride a Ducati Monster, so that's what they call my motorcycle. Well, they call it a Duck.
Oh, the Duck. He's got 4 bullets, but it only looks like there's 2 in the cylinder that he uses to reload.
Interesting. Look at that big-ass compensator on the front, or muzzle brake.
Yeah.
It's kind of alien looking. I'm catching some like Halo vibes from this a little bit.
I mean, the coloring is amazing. I love that they just really go to town whenever they paint these things. I love that. I've actually seen some wildly painted firearms in the real world, and I actually don't like them. Like when they start looking like toys, I think that's when we're crossing the line.
I like more historic stuff. I like more practical stuff myself.
Pretty creative, but
the optic thing is interesting because there's a lot of like single lens, like if that's just like a red dot or something. I don't understand the point of having 2 of those, but this is sci-fi,
I love it. Everything's got a cable attached to it for power for some reason, It's almost a little steampunk.
Everything's battery powered in the future.
That's right, yeah. Powered by magical energy goo.
We got a little charm hanging down there.
I love that. I love the charms.
Okay, so this is cool.
Got a bit of a spread there. It's a little wild. A lot of recoil,
Yeah, this seems pretty accurate to me for a...
Well, can we change energy types?
Yeah, we got 2 triggers
like,
there, too. Look at that.
Because it looks like the indicator on the back, it's either orange or blue.
So I wonder if it's like
this is super
versus
cool.
stun, high energy or versus stun or high explosive versus...
You got a little lever, like almost like a charging handle on the top there.
This looks like something kind of from our childhood, like a laser tag gun.
Yeah, laser tag, yeah. There's an era of sci-fi where it was all about like smooth lines, like taking away the angles and everything was kind of very like flush with itself, not a lot of rivets,
With this, are we going to get Clint Eastwood or are we going to get Metallica, James Hetfield? James Hetfield or Clint Eastwood?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, trick Unforgiven. It's a heck of a thing, killing a man. Take everything he's got and everything he's ever gonna be. This looks like a single action too. He's almost like a hammer back
the way
there.
He loads that thing. That's a little Looney Tunes loading action going on here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Single action.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got a bayonet on the front.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective that bayonet is with that big ass muzzle brake up front.
Right. I would say it's more of like a slashing bayonet than a stabbing bayonet, You're not going to get much distance. You stick it in and then that just pokes through the armor.
So I wonder if there's seems to be energy involved at least one of those rounds, but not all of them. So I wonder if that's just a tracer or...
Oh, interesting. All right. Maybe an indicator, maybe visual indicator that you're getting low on ammo, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, there you go. That's an idea. So it's almost got like a Schofield style handle, the Smith & Wesson. This is fairly realistic looking, It's I like the side saddle round holder. That's kind of fascinating. That's cool, isn't it?
You see a lot of pistols with bayonet attachment to it though?
They do make them, and there is like some techniques you could use with them, but it's mostly just silly. It's just kind of fun. Like they make like I don't know if Glock came out with it or somebody, but it's like the Glock bayonet, and I don't think it's made by Glock, but it's this shorty little bayonet you can put on the front of your pistol. It is really dumb looking. put a light on. Put a light on your pistol. Oh, well, they do make a knife that's also a gun, and it shoots like 22 caliber. So like imagine putting your bayonet, knife, gun thing on a rifle. So it's like you still have another gun. Like, I don't know.
One extra round.
They're pretty cool. I want one. You can look them up online and you open it up and you can shoot them, stab them, and then stab them again, I guess. I don't know. Stab them, shoot them, then stab.
Okay, I think we're... The Wicked Wagon Wheel.
See, a very Western beaver.
Yeah.
It's weird that this one's called the Wagon Wheel and not the other one, because this one seems more like that sci-fi Babylon 5 look. Oh, okay, so it does. Was that series Firefly?
Yeah, it looks very Firefly. Yeah, the space western. This looks like the most grounded revolver we've seen so far.
Yeah, it's a close tie with that last one, but yeah.
Because of you can see the wooden handle and underneath the barrel, and that scope looks like something you might actually see with the dials, and very kind of grounded,
In the cylinders and the construction, like I like the neat artistic hammer we got going on there. That's pretty cool.
Super
and
cool.
That top rail is on a lot of competition and hunting guns. I don't know if you'd call it top rail, but that top strap. And there's that little like weird nub thing that they keep putting out on the bottom right hand side of the cylinder. That's where you put your batteries.
Unending Magnificent. Ooh, yeah!
You see, like, the muzzle device is just rotating like crazy. So is this like a Gatling style gun, or is this just...
It's funny because it seems like you got a 147 round magazine in it.
Hence the unending.
Oh yeah, or you could just fire one little, looks like an exploding electrical mine or something like that.
Okay, I can see that go.
They got the hit on the charging handle. I like that.
You see this, we got two different magazines going on here too. So one going here, the pistol grill is like, SMG, pistol caliber bullets, and then you got rifle caliber in the back there. I mean, this definitely has like, it's got some like Sten gun vibes, just from like the receiver in the rear, that end cap there. It almost looks like the muzzle device is spinning. It just has a singular barrel, but the muzzle device is spinning for some reason.
Maybe that's a sci-fi heat dissipation.
There you go. Or maybe it's like the Mark 19 where, the barrel reciprocates, so it like kind of spreads it out a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Maybe you can turn it off. Got like an 80s looking laser at the bottom. Hey, do you remember Tango and Cash? One of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah, Tango and Cash, man, yeah.
And Kurt Russell's character has like some big, gigantic laser sight on top of his surface. It's like the same size as the pistol itself. Oh, the 80s.
The double penetrating Scoville. That sounds definitely old Western fire.
Isn't Scoville like the hot meter?
Oh,
how?
That's the heat meter for peppers. Yes, Scoville, the Scoville meter. Oh, okay. Definitely
this
hot.
Kind of reminds me of the gun they carry. There was this made-for-TV movie. Well, it started out as a series, but then they just turned it into a TV movie called, I don't remember, it was The Highwayman. But the dude carries like a 20-millimeter grenade launcher as his like sidearm. It's super campy and hilarious.
That's awesome.
Like all the technology going into it just to make like kind of Blade Runner-esque in a way. But the back just looks like something off of like the 80s Ninja Turtles, like action figures. Which, by the way, I'm still unpacking my house. I found all my 80s Ninja Turtle stuff. It looks exactly like that.
No way.
Oh yeah, man. I got all the action figures now.
Wicked Robometer Masher.
Wicked Robometer Masher. I'm expecting some type of club or mace or something heavy duty. No, this is not. My expectations were subverted.
You've got orange and green fire. Looks like poison a little bit. There's a poison round to it. I like the stats. They're doing a good job of putting a thought process into the gun. You can see the stats, the rounds, for the rate of fire, the damage, and, for a fictional world, they're pretty thorough in their design.
This kind of looks like, the Mossberg Shockwave. So to get around immoral laws that don't make sense, firearms manufacturers are now coming out with different classifications, and it allows you to get a slightly shorter barrel. But they came out with this handle that kind of looks like that. It's very similar to what you'd see on like a coach gun. A coach gun is like a double-barreled shotgun where they'd saw it off, make it a little shorter and saw off the back. So kind of conceal it. People wanted to rob stagecoaches back when that was the main mode of transporting people and goods. So this looks like a modern coach gun to me with a revolving cylinder. And the way the rounds spread, if I had to be on an intergalactic stagecoach walking across the Borderlands desert, this is what I would want. The guy sitting next to the guy driving the whatever weird alien horses we got going. That's what I want him to have.
Nice.
All the exposed wiring too. It's so funny. You just gotta. I was hired to build a sci-fi boat type thing for one of those escape rooms, and so I just bought a bunch of PVC pipes and valves and stuff, and I just I aged it, but I just put all these pipes everywhere just to make it look cool. And that's clearly what's kind of going on with some of the wires.
Nice. Scorpio XL. The extra large version of the Scorpio. Ooh, back to the sci-fi design. Oh, a digital readout on the side, a little holographic readout there. I love that. Follow sight.
Oh, you know what else I love? Rear sight posts. So we actually have iron sights on this thing along with an optic.
Oh, man.
This looks like, your standard Borderlands submachine gun type thing.
Oh, it's got a power button on the back. I love that.
It's an interesting angled pistol grip, right? Like, kind of comes back extreme, but yet, and, it's got to feel weird pulling an electric trigger like that, or electronic trigger, because you're just pushing a button. I wonder if there's like a spring system in there.
Yeah, what would be the recoil?
So I see that base plate. Smash dudes quick.
Yeah, little spikes come out maybe.
A lot of competition firearms, a lot of target firearms have a big base plate on the grip like that, although not usually at that angle.
Are you sure that's the gun, or is that just the special ability that he has?
I think that's just a turret, yeah. Or is that one of the abilities of the...
Roll pressure. Oh, thrown weapon spawns a stationary shielded turret. You're right.
All right, well that's...
Oh,
okay, and they kind of pop out and set forces are low.
That's
that
cool.
is a big advantage to this thing.
Texas Peacemonger. Oh, yeah, what is that? Arm mounted, yeah.
Which comic book or cartoon character always had like the wrist mounted crossbow?
The wrist mounted cross. It looks like almost like a ball shaped controller on the hand for the hand to rest on.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
I love that. That looks awesome.
Like a joystick?
Yeah, like a little joystick for fine-tuned adjustments. I don't know.
So do we think like the sides are... Yeah, that's how he's holding it. He's holding the ball. Yeah. It's weird because it looks like a jet engine on the back, or like back blast area clear, but it's pointed directly at you. So that weirds me out a little bit. And then like, is that to like absorb solar energy or to dissipate heat? Does it create a...
Yeah, is it a shield? Yeah.
Can I fly through the air with it?
Does it have a grappling hook attached to it? That's what I think. When I think wrist-mounted weapons, they gotta have a grappling hook, Eviscerating, mocking, Kib's worst.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that spread. They kind of angle out and come back in.
Yeah, now is that like the trace of it like flying through the air, or if like you're in that path, you're just getting destroyed? You know what I mean? Like, is it creating like a ball of energy?
Oh, it looks like a shield. A little shield comes up when you aim down sight. Now, this got a bunch of features. You got a shield for ADS. You got blades on the end.
I don't even know if there is a barrel on this thing because it all looks closed off. So maybe it like generates the energy, because it sure looked like it was coming out of two different points, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked like there was a spread. They would angle out and then angle back in. I love that.
I wonder if like the weird bayonet things on the side had something to do with like directing the energy. And some people are like, shut up, it doesn't matter, it looks cool. I'm like, hey, I want to figure this out.
It looks like it could be a gun, or if you took the blades off, it could be a spaceship as well. It looks like a cool spaceship design from like Mass Effect.
Carry handle's like way up front, which would throw it off balance when you're trying to carry it, because it looks like most of the weight's in the back.
There you go.
But I do like the sights.
Get them.
Actual sights on it.
Turbo 10 gallon.
Turbo 10 gallon. Well, this one looks pretty accurate.
You throw it and then it becomes a little floating drone. That's awesome.
All right, you got a drone backing you up here.
Oh, that's awesome.
This reminds me of a Star Wars weapon. It was in Galadium Galaxies. It was like from the Star Wars role-playing game, and it was like an extra side book where you could order this cool stuff. And there was a polarized double blaster where if you hit the target with both of the bolts, it would have additional energy because it was like polarized, and that's what reminds me of. What an odd reference.
I love all the different manufacturers they put emblazoned their label on the side of the gun. TDR.
Throughout the game too, when you find like, the manufacturers kind of make similar style, weapons too, which I always thought was a neat touch.
Where's the trigger on? Oh, that trigger seems really kind of far away from, like, your grips here, your hand, your thumb goes through the hole, but the trigger is kind of angled, kind of weird, like up a little bit. Nah, maybe it's just me.
It definitely sounds like, a cartridge gun. Okay, I see what you're saying, the trigger. Yeah, I mean, it looks all right. It's definitely like a push button trigger. Those little feedy things on the sides, I bet you those are, I wonder if the top is like a magnetic rail thing to like accelerate it, because the barrel is in front, and it's such a short barrel too. I wonder if it has some sort of like mag railgun type. But you look at those little cute little feeties on the back, I bet you that's to like flies, like their repulsors or their little
attached by the power cords to the battery pack in the back there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Fire Soul, humongous long musket. plus plus.
Plus.
Oh, I love it. A sniper scope for a flamethrower?
Flamethrower. I'm so confused by this. It's not a musket at all. It's not a musket at all.
Yeah, what the heck? Well, musket must have evolved in the future.
Pistol grip right up front to the...
Yeah, it's like right on it, like PDW, you know? What if you could extend that buttstock at all?
I would hope so. That's going to be pretty tight in, and what a wild muzzle device on there. Yeah, this is it.
I wonder if there's an alternate fire selection for this weapon, because it looks like a straight up flamethrower. I don't know why you would want to have a scope on a flamethrower.
Well, not just that, but like, why would you call it a musket? I was really hoping for some muzzle loader, but it's just like, you put it in there and smoke, and I was like, is it going to be a wheel lock? Is it going to be a match lock or a flint lock?
The empty dauntless boomer. Okay, boomer.
World War, is this going to be a 1911 with boomer reference?
Oh, look at that.
That's a cool... I always like the Donut of Death reticles. Oh, he pushed a button and it popped out. See that?
Nice.
Reciprocating charge nail. This looks more realistic
to
me.
Yeah, I like that. That magazine looks like what's the company? Is it Magpul or is it?
You got one on my phone. I got some Magpul A.k.a. mags. Ooh, here's a winter one. The wolves.
There you go. Looks just like it. Yeah.
Magpul. They started out making magazine pulls. It was rubber things you would put around the bottom of your magazine to make it easy.
So I see the pistol grip. I see the foregrip, but then there's another kind of post that looks like it can flip out. You think that's just a maybe for mounting it or something?
Like a hand stop? So this is my theory. First off, it does move forward, so I don't know, maybe you could put it forward and set it down on like a point for bracing yourself for more stabilization for shooting. Otherwise, it looks like it's doubling as a hand stop, so that way you don't pull it.
So you don't.
That is an incredibly short barrel. This is the most realistic one we came across. You got the Scar UGG boot buttstock there that's adjustable. It looks like, the back part will raise up for a proper cheek weld. Yeah, I'm liking this.
It's a bullpup.
Thing's pretty cool. Other than being a bullpup, I like it. I mean, bullpups are great. They're great. I just I'm a big guy. I can run this fine. You put it up on your shoulder when you're going into a room.
Yeah.
But the idea of changing mags back here as opposed to where you normally do, bullpups can be great. But yeah, I like this one. I don't even mind the orange. I like the orange. It's cool. You could say it's like a little desert camo thing going on.
Adapting Ripper. Oh, it's got little blazes and sort of evil energy off the front of that.
Coming out of it?
Yeah, off the front of the barrel.
This is like some gothic vampiric,
Yeah.
Look at these shell casings coming out. What caliber is this?
Oh, it's just blood.
Okay,
it's just dripping blood off the bayonet.
I wonder if the more people you stab with that bayonet, the more it glows and the more it sheds. It's
the more powerful it becomes. You can see the small adaptations from gun to gun. Like this one has the same kind of Warsaw rail type system at the top there for the sight, and then same kind of similar bullpup design.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of realistic elements like that butt stock. I've seen a bunch of those on AR style rifles. You got that buffer tube in the back there. That battle-worn mag well is pretty interesting in there. I really like that bayonet design though, with or without the blood.
More practical than the pistol we saw before.
Hazardous Destructo.
Ooh, I love the gathering of energy, the charge up. Yeah.
And the sound is great on it. Ooh.
Yeah, I love
that was
that. Just a little teeny battery. I love that.
That's not a bad looking pistol. Oh, you know what? That looks like, is it the Duo? It's not the Duo stock. We talked about this once before, and I forget the name of it, but it's like goofy AR-15 stock that you can use, and we showed that not free states like California, New York, and New Jersey.
Oh, right. It's almost like the fin that comes off of the pistol grip. Yeah, and goes back.
Yeah, it's not quite a fin, but it's just that weird, that's what that looks like to me. So this is practical. And that buttstock that they make, although it's silly looking, is one of the most practical ways to run a featureless rifle in a state that doesn't recognize our Constitution or inherent human rights. So we know that this works, I
love the circular railing going out there, almost guiding the energy. I like that.
Yep, directing the energy in the right. I wonder if it accelerates it or if it's just essentially the barrel. I wonder what the science is behind this.
Yeah.
We're not that far off from stuff like this. Maybe not as cool and
You think so? I always thought it was a power issue. The ability to generate power.
No, yeah.
To the point where, yeah.
Sorry. Hey, relax, buddy. 1 second. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Oh boy. Yeah, no, so you're right. It is a power issue, and that's the main thing. But if you look at how quickly cell phones have advanced and just everything, I don't think we're as far off as we think. And plus with drones, directed energy weapons, you don't need the same amount of energy to take out a drone as you do a person. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think we're definitely going to see this in our lifetime for sure. Not this, but like something along these lines probably.
Arctic reflexive Nighthawking. Not Nighthawking, Nighthawking.
The Nighthawking. All right. I wonder what that like the crazy weird fiber optic beam thing is doing. It looks like there's like a pack 4 or something down on the bottom.
Yeah, it almost looks like there's two things being fired. Am I crazy?
Let's go back and watch that again. I mean, this is another realistic looking piece here.
You see that? Or is it just kind of maybe, is the animation just a little off?
Yeah, so it's like shooting some type of energy weapon.
Off rhythm with the actual report of the rifle. Maybe it's just me, guys. Maybe you can tell me.
Yeah, it's coming from right underneath. Yep, you see the hole?
No, it looks like
there?
there's just, no, I think there's just one. I think that's a rivet. That's not a...
I don't think so, man. I think you were onto something. I think it's launching like an energy beam.
I think I was just looking at it wrong. I love the little beam of light that connects the front and rear side post.
Like a big ass fiber optic. Like a lot of pistol sights have fiber optics. I like them a lot.
Almost looks like like a PEC 15 on the side there. You see what I'm saying towards the barrel?
Yep. For PEC 15 or D-ball. They have all sorts of different types now.
Right, yeah. I would think it was a PEC 15, but there's PEC whatever now, you know. I can't say that.
I'll do it. The hostile patch. What if they'll bleep it out? I don't know.
Most weapons, you know?
Hostile female dog. This thing's kind of crazy. Look at the little flaps on the side, the little happy flaps.
Yeah, I wonder if that's
shield going.
Energy that directs the shield out.
Yeah, but why was it like? You see, he's like giggling. It's like
I think it's weird because maybe it's he's not ADSing, he's not aiming down sight, so it's a little loose. But then the wings maybe pop out. I don't know. Could be just. Well, no,
it was
feature.
still moving when the shield popped out though. But look at this.
Look at this thing, totally detached.
The amount of engineering and energy that they put into that, as opposed to like making it more lethal or lightweight or something. You know, it kind of cracks me up a little bit.
This almost looks like the Zerg weapon from Fifth Element. You know, he had all this stuff on it. And a bunch of
good
over and
recall.
Under aspects to it, like a counterweight on the bottom. You know, this is a little more angular, a little more colorful than what Gary Oldman was holding in the Fifth Element. But
yeah, I mean, everything, you know, you got the pistol grip there. They widens at the bottom. That's realistic looking. And I really like the top part that looks like, you know, a standard pistol or PDW barrel kind of thing going on. You know what the bayonet kind of looks like? Kind of looks like a knife coming out of a Leatherman, like a Leatherman Surge.
Yeah, one of the Leatherman blades that we got there,
yeah, with the big cutout and everything. Fairly robust bayonet style blade. It's got a, you know, the Tonto style tip is he's like, Paul, stop being so realistic. It's Borderlands. Kind of looks like a nail gun to me too. Like you're sticking a bunch of like roofing, or that's like the bottom, the battery, you know, for your like DeWalt roofing nailer or something.
Yeah, it does look very DeWalt like power tool, you know, kind of looking thing.
The floating buttstock thing is like, it's cracking me up though. Like what could you use that technology for other than like Lucian's Call? So it's gonna be a little like devilish, you think? We got rotating Gatling guns because it looks like
got 2 barrels, and they're 2 Gatling guns.
So it looks like 8 barrels, I think.
Increasing rate of fire maybe as you go.
It just looks cool because increasing the rate of fire, like that's like what at most 100 round drum, 100 like at most. So for a Gatling gun, but no less dual Gatling guns, like that's gonna be gone in like a 1/10 of a second for a normal Gatling gun.
It almost looks like a wood finish.
But maybe it's just like the what do you call it? Oh man, like those station wagons with the wood trim on the outside. What do they call it? There was like a term for it. We got 6. You got 6.
They call them woodies?
12 freaking barrels. Oh, dual mag though.
Wow. So you got enough ammo.
Well, I mean, not for Gatling gun. You know, the rest of it looks fairly realistic. The back end of that is like, okay, you know, even though it's made by like the Wookiee people on Kashyyyk, you know, the cheap people with all the wood. I wonder if they make a left-hander's version for you, since, you know, that's popped over to the other side.
And these all seem to be kind of aimed at the right-handed community, which I feel very true.
The superior, you know, community.
Searing trained coos.
This thing looks cool to me. All right, yeah, we got... Oh, this looks like a squad automatic weapon.
Right, yeah. You got the belt fed.
That was like the quickest belt fed, you know, ammunition change I've ever seen.
The belt fed ammunition looks like it almost kind of comes up into the feed tray by itself.
Yeah. Like maybe magnets. I'm liking this one. Big old chonky rails on the front. You got the carry handle in a good spot. It's just there's no top drain. That's interesting. So I wonder how you'd clear a link or clear a malfunction.
Right.
And what that button is on the side. Probably fires from the open bolt. Yeah, this thing's cool looking. I like it. Oh, I like the little skull on the side.
Pretty small charging ammo there.
It's like this is something I'd like to carry. I was usually a weapon guy. Phaser.
Those are some crazy, insane weapons. Did you have like a favorite?
I'll say resto-modded, Western-style firearms that were in there. I thought those were pretty cool too. So that's an easy close second. So what about you, man?
I was definitely a fan of what would we see? The double-barreled Gatling gun, because I need a lot of weapons.
Absolutely
I need a lot of ammo.
ridiculous.
All right, I'm not a very good shot. I need more bullets going down range.
Hey folks, you can check me out at Mav11B on Instagram or Thunderpunk Radio, which is both on Instagram, YouTube, Rumble.
Head on over to Gamology's Facebook and YouTube page, and if you want to hang out with me a little bit more, head on over to twitch.tv/myhappyself.